your optimism. I love your like thinking out of the
Well, how would
box.
you do it?
And
How would you do it if you had just on a? I'm not talking about changing the whole sport. I'm not saying for your galaxy brain thing, but if you just on the short term, your job was to get as many people in the U.S. interested in watching the 2022 World Championships in Eugene, Oregon, and you have a budget, obviously not unlimited, but you have money to spend. How would you do it? How would you get people just on the short term try to get hooked in?
if I could just control the world,
Well, with limitations. I'm not saying you just like can do anything, but given the limitations that we have, but you also have a budget. What would you do? Some limitations
so
though.
I can't change the rules. Can I change the rules?
Well, let me hear that. Let me hear. I'll tell you if it's okay. Hit me with it.
Change the
What are you?
rules.
What are you?
Um, so when is Worlds? It's in July.
And at the end of July and August. Yeah.
It's in July. Okay. First things first is I wouldn't. I would separate.
It's August. Oh no, wait, hold on. Sorry,
No,
July
it's in July.
July 15th to July 24th. Sorry.
I would. I'm not gonna go too crazy. I could come up with crazy things where I think you would separate the events into different
No, no,
uh,
no. Don't do that. Don't do that. You
pockets.
still need to do the
But
track meet. You still need to do the track meet the way it
okay,
is.
still need to
You
do a
can't
regular
change
track
the
meet.
meet.
All right. So what I would
Yeah.
do is a week out, a weekend. I would have a 4-day weekend. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the weekend before the meet starts. I
Hmm.
would every weekend for let's say 10 weeks. I would host a track meet in Eugene.
Hmm.
And I would make sure that it had like 50% of the field every time, a combination
Okay.
of 50% of the field every time. And I'd host
All right.
a 4-day track meet every weekend for like 10 weeks leading up to the World Championships.
So not okay. That's even more intense than my idea. I
You need,
was just
I mean, you see
saying, hey, let's
82
try to get.
basketball games. We watch 17 football games. Like, people can run. We just choose not to because we think it's like breaking the sanctity of the pure body experience being at the ultimate peak in July. It's bullshit. Come on.
No, I like it. I like it. I like the plan. Just make them compete. You put them on TV enough, people will start to recognize them and
Yeah.
start to feel some sort of connection to them, or start to find a favorite out there. Because it's I don't think it's enough to just hey, they got the USA jersey on, we're gonna watch them, and then we're gonna be interested. That's not enough of a hook, especially when we're just coming off the Olympics, where that's just the highest level of it for people. People don't see the World Championships as the same as the Olympics. So the asking them to accept the World Championships and just tune in just because US is competing is not going to be enough. So interesting ideas there. We'll keep kicking some
And
around.
every time I always like confuse myself, like why don't people care about non-Olympic running? Right?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, there's so much awesome things going on in our sport. And I think about I have no idea what Michael Phelps did outside of the Olympics.
Yeah.
And I think that shows. Like when I look at my own personal bias of other people's sports, I recognize I have no idea when he breaks records, when he broke records or do crazy streaks or anything like that. All I know is what he did in 2004, 8, 12, and 16. And
Yeah.
I think same thing with like Simone Biles, right? I only know what
Hmm.
she did in 16, 12, and I'm not even sure if she was there in 8, but you know what I mean. I think if you look at our own biases to other people's sports, how we only care
Yeah.
about them during the Olympics, why wouldn't they only care about us during the Olympics? Just it goes both ways. So
100%. 100%. And I think a lot of the sports have the same issue where everything just revolves around that one championship. And I like to think track is different because it just the numbers of participants is so much bigger and the global representation is larger than those sports that there's more potential there. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I didn't know what Ryan Lochte was doing. I didn't know I
yeah,
don't know what Katie Ledecky does. I don't know any of that. But you tune in for those couple weeks and then you watch them and then you forget about it forget about that sport for a really long time. And that's the popular ones. Those are the popular Olympic sports too. That says nothing of the other tier sports, the lower tier ones that the people, like wrestling, like
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like there are people following that on a week to week basis. What are you smiling for?
Well, you're just like, where'd you get wrestling? I mean,
I was gonna say beach volleyball. I was gonna say beach volleyball,
okay.
but then I
All right.
realized that's on TV a lot. Um, but again, like when was it Misty May and Carrie Walsh when they were, or was it the other way around? No, it was Misty May and Carrie Walsh. I always, and then Dalhauser. Like I know the names, but I don't ever remember watching them outside the Olympics.
Have you seen this new sport that is out there right now? Maybe this could be an event in track and field. It's
I can't tell if you're
balloon.
lying.
It's like it's a balloon competition. Travis, Google balloon Olympic sport in Twitter if he's still here. If Travis is still here.
I think Travis left a
Well,
long time ago.
when you were a kid, you would have to like keep the balloon from touching the ground in like a living room. They've had this
Oh
now
yeah, yeah,
official
yeah, yeah,
competition where they set up a living room. They put different objects in it, like even a car, wearing
yeah,
helmets, and you're supposed to see if you can keep the balloon up in the air. I'm guessing there's a rule you can't hit the balloon down because if you hit the balloon down, that would probably be cheating. But
yeah.
yeah, check this out. We need this
This
is
is awesome.
Olympic sports
They
right
got
here.
graphics. Peru versus
Yeah,
Germany.
graphics.
I mean, I always thought I was the only one who played this. This is
I
crazy to
know.
know that not only did everybody play it, but everybody played it at a level to where they're going to do it with helmets. And why is there a car in their living room?
I think it's
I
a
guess it's
sponsorship probably. I think
oh
Volkswagen
okay.
probably sponsored. Yeah.
Because I thought you were going to say it's a garage, Kevin, and then I'd say why is that nice of a couch in a garage? That doesn't it doesn't make sense either way.